to welcome back on. I think this is what we're doing now. Andy's going to come on and we're going to chat about stuff. So thanks for listening to me and welcome back, Andy.
That's very good, very funny stuff. And so, do you do, because I'm used to seeing you on GB News all the time.
Why are you sounding like a groovy support teacher?
Because I'm a fucking twitchy, nervy little weirdo, that's why. Let's do this, alright. Let's go for that. We'll go for that. So because you're on GB News so much, I think, have you got any time to be out there doing stand-up? You clearly are, because you're sharp and on form. Do you get a chance to do much, do you?
I don't do that many gigs anymore, so sorry, I knew that was going to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Scandal, because you're crushing one of your testicles, but...
well, there's not much to crush, to be honest with you, I'm not going to lie. All that little ginger fucking Scotch eggs. Not a lot going on, to be honest.
I had a genuine health scare where like I had this little patch of rough skin on my hip, and like, man, this is because I get eczema and stuff, but this was like it was getting bigger and bigger, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And like, I googled it, and then I instantly convinced myself I had skin cancer and about 20 other things. But then eventually I worked out it was where my hand rubs when I masturbate. Apply the cocoa butter a bit further up the arms. I could change an overhand method. I know that wasn't the answer you wanted.
How many phone calls did you have to make to your general practitioner before you came to this realisation? I heard you get a booper cover at GB News.
Yeah, but unfortunately Nick Dixon takes all the quota for everybody there. He phones them every 25 minutes with something else he's googled. So, we do. I should use that. Why? I should wait till because honestly, I've got stuff going on. Look at my leg. Look at my leg. Can you ever see my leg? Ever see my...
There we go.
That's very offensive to the leg and hair community.
Listen, I'm going to change this show now. For the second half, I'm just going to address people's various medical ailments.
It's not a reenactment of that Stephen Jaws.
That looks...
but I should get that, because the NHS fixed it, but I reckon Booper could give me like a brand, like some sort of fucking Norwegian perfect leg, you know?
Cut it off! They do something.
Cut it off. right now.
I'll tell you what, you'd be on the BBC straight away if you did. You'd be ticking all sorts of boxes. It's the UK's only hopping comedian. Please welcome to the stage, Leo Kearse. So what I was going to... so you're not doing the comedy a lot?
Yeah, I'm not doing so much live comedy, because I was supposed to be doing a tour this year with Bound and Gag, the promoters, but they were... they book in a lot of tours, so they just want it to be easy, they don't want it to be hassle, but loads of their venues that they normally just slot people in, just were saying, no, we can't have him because he's transphobic, he's racist, he's homophobic, he's misogynist, and I'm not racist. I'm just another one.
See,
come on, I've got
there's a certain contingent of my audience that see those words on a poster, I'm going to that!
Yeah. That's definitely not like, but it's different because I'm saying it and people laugh. It didn't work. So they pulled my tour. But also I had a baby, so I don't really want to be...
no, quite right. But which are ridiculous, really, that they do that, because you've never really had any trouble in this country and that sort of thing. You were in Australia and you got a bit of pushback, didn't you?
Yeah, I got cancelled from my venue in Australia, so I took the show Right-Wing Comedian out there, and obviously, man, calling the show Right-Wing Comedian in the world of comedy it's, you know, it's a bit of a red flag to comedians. A lot of them are really pissed off about it because, you know, they're all for diversity and tolerance, but not when it's diversity of opinion. Or tolerating the political opinions of more than 50% of the electorate.
I don't know, you know, I think we're hard on diversity. I think sometimes it can be a good thing, can't it? Like the BBC are quite in favour of diversity, and that's a good thing. They could do with the diversity of people who aren't nonces working. That's the sort of diversity they need. Yeah, but there is a lot of that about. But what happened? What went on in Australia? What did people pick? You were doing a show out there, and they.
Yeah, so people were digging back through my Twitter to find someone that said that they could get me cancelled for like offence archaeologists, like revealing layers of sediment until they find the outline of a Roman homophobic slur. They did that to me, like they went on my Twitter and they went all the way back to that afternoon. It was literally the most recent thing I posted. There was a clip of my stand-up, and in the clip I was talking about the differences in transitioning between men and women, and you know how women have got it much easier. Like that's why you never, all the controversy and stuff isn't about women transitioning to men. Like for a woman to transition to being a man, a lot of cases she just stops shaving. She might have to take hormones, you know, that's
a fair point.
People might look at her and be like, I think that man's got tits. But, there's no problem. Whereas for a man to transition to being a woman, it's a totally different story. You've got to take hormones, you've got to undergo extensive surgical procedures, you've got to shave down your brow bone and your jawbone, you've got to disguise your male pattern baldness, have your Adam's apple removed, you've got to get tits put in, you've got to get all your body hair removed, you've got to learn to walk in size 15 high heel shoes.
Cut it off.
Got to learn. I've seen some films where they don't.
I've done this research.
Talk in a high-pitched voice, you know, I'd like a glass of Chardonnay, please. You know, all that stuff you've got to go through before you're convincing it's a woman. And you know, even after all that pain and expense and hassle, people are just going to look at you and go, I think that man's got tits. And people said that bit of material was transphobic, and it's not intended to be transphobic. And I wrote it with a transgender lassie I was dating, you know, because I was woke before it was actually woke. As soon as it became woke, I stopped doing it. But so you know, she wrote it with me, and she was, you know, she's one of the Hollands, obviously. You know, you're sort of wear white tights. You know, nobody gives a shit. You know, she can go in and take a shit anyway. You know, I mean, it's the lumpy ones that are like, I'm going to come in and get changed in here. You know, they're the ones.
Yeah, I always. It amazes me that it happens because this was a while ago that happened.
Yeah.
What was it, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, that was 2000. It must have been 2017 or something.
Well, it wasn't as much of an issue. Now it's a fucking huge issue, and it's all you can't. It's such a toxic issue, isn't it? There's so much rancor between I don't know, biological women and trans women. And there should be. It's all very clear cut. You know, they're different, and anyone who says otherwise is fucking mental. Of course they're different. Trans women don't have periods. They can't have kids, and I don't want to fuck them. That's why. Having said that, after 2 fairly disastrous long-term relationships, I don't really want to fuck biological women either at this stage. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, but what would you rather? If you're going to get a blowjob of Blair White or, I don't know, Sandy Toksvig?
I feel like they both have quite a lot of work on their hands, to be honest.
They would be doing it at the same time. It's a hypothetical situation.
At the age of 43, it doesn't really matter who's doing it. You know, to be honest, most mornings, it used to be I'd wake up and there's a fucking tent pole. Most mornings I wake up now, I have to poke around, see if it's still fucking there. It's fallen off in the night. it's largely irrelevant to me at this stage, to be honest with you. And but yeah, you know, it's a good question. I probably would rather be involved with Blair White than Sandy Toksvig. You all know who these people are? Do you know who Blair White is? Yeah. She's a male to female transsexual who's done it very well.
She's also done it on Bupa.
But then luckily Coots fucked over Nigel Farage, and Farage really fucking went for them like a Doberman, which I don't know why they expected otherwise. What did they think? Well, how the height of fucking arrogance, isn't it? Has anyone here been debanked for something? No one. It's
no, but a few people have. He ain't the first.
It happens. That's right. He's not the first. He's properly fucking angry about it. Do you know someone it's happened to?
Not what I'm saying.
No, but he's not first! No, he's not, you're right. It's just happened to a lot of lower profile people that didn't have the platform that he has to fucking call it out.
Well, I think the way you can protect yourself from it is just staying overdrawn. Because if you owe them money.
True, it's a good point. And
but yeah, some of that Coot stuff, it's mad to see the reaction from, because it is, man, it's a human rights issue. Like Article 23 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says everybody has the right to, you know, be able to work and blah blah blah, get, you know, normal treatment in the workplace, but also the right to get paid for that work. Like, so you can't, if you, and because Farage went to like 9 other banks or 10 other banks and they all said no, so he can't get a bank account, he can't get paid for the work that he does. And it's also happened to Trigonometry, it's happened to the Reclaim Party and Lawrence Fox, and also, like, because the banks always say, oh, they're politically exposed people. There's a Reverend, I think Richard Fothergill he's called, and he just asked, you know, why all these, like, transgender flags? You know, like, is Blair White going to turn up and give me a blowjob line? And he just said that to his bank, so his bank was like, oh, you can't ask those questions and cancel this account. He's not a politically exposed person, he was just asking a question about these flags. So, man, it's ridiculous. And the thing that could bring down Coots is, like, so Nigel Farage made a data subject access request, which is sort of like a freedom of information request, but you can do it for an organisation that holds your personal information. And so they have to scan all the documents, you know, pass them through paralegals and lawyers and stuff to redact anything that could identify somebody else, and then give it to you. And it's a really serious crime if they try and hide anything or destroy anything. So all these other, and there's 40 pages that they handed to Nigel Farage and revealed they'd been spying on his social media, making all sorts of disparaging comments about him, calling him a disingenuous grifter and a racist and all the rest of it. So all the other Coots clients, they're all high net worth individuals, they're going to be like, what the fuck are these motherfuckers been saying about me? And they've got loads of money, loads of time on their hands, and very good lawyers, so they're going to sue if they find anything that's out of order, if they've been, you know, disparaging means and slander or whatever.
Well, there's every chance we could both be debanked after the show tonight. Does anyone here work for a bank?
Yeah.
Oh, who do you work for?
Lloyd's.
Lloyd's. Oh, I'm all right then. I'm not. Yeah. And anyone from RBS? I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty fucking dark stuff, isn't it? But there's so much of it going on.
Oh yeah, I couldn't believe all these comedians like Rosie Holt. She takes the piss out of politicians and stuff.
Yeah.
Darryl O'Brien, all these comedians came out on the side of the banks, saying, oh, well, private companies, they can do what they want. Oh, you fucking what you want about? You're like rich guy. Oh, you like Brexit, you deserve this. It's like, are you fucking mad?
Yeah, really sticking it to the man.
What do you think it's going to be next? And like, if, you know, if a regime gets into power,
What a turnaround! What a
they want to
turnaround!
silence comedians. Like usually when the Taliban go into power again, the first thing they did was kill that comedian.
What a turnaround for comedians to be fucking sticking up for the establishment, for the bankers, yeah. They leave the bankers alone, guys. They've had the punch up, don't punch down. Sue them, you should. Yeah.
Comedians.
Comedians, well, you know, of the sort. It's a very strange, like every other art form, it's dominated by a culture of fear, so there's not many people telling jokes anymore because they're frightened they'll end up like Farage with no fucking bank account. That's the direction we're going in. But luckily for me, I always get cash in hand, so I'll be...
Is this getting cash in hand?
It may well be. I can neither confirm nor deny because I think we've got some friends from HMRC and we'll see. And so a part of this gig, as it was advertised, we're going to have a bit of a chat and then we're going to throw it out open to questions from the audience. I don't know if anyone have any questions about anything, but you're welcome to fire them out at us and see what shit we come up with. Anyone got anything they'd like to ask or anything they want to get off their chest?
Somebody down here's got their hand up.
Oh,
Andrew,
go for it.
Where's Keith?
Where's Keith? Oh, for those of you who don't know what he's on about, I did a character during the pandemic. I did videos of a character called Keith Cunt About.
Oi,
Say a lot of stuff that I didn't think I'd get away with saying myself. But in the end, I thought, fuck it, might as well just say it myself, and consequently I was cancelled for 2 years. Fuck it, it's a bad idea. And yeah, I did, so some of you might have come expecting to see some of those characters that I did during the pandemic, in which case you're sorely out of luck. I've done them for a long time. They seemed very like good things to do during the pandemic, and then as soon as that was over, and that fucking crazy, almost unbelievable time we all lived through, as soon as it came to an end, I thought, what the fuck am I doing this for? What am I dressing up in these stupid fucking clothes? Pretending to be someone. For me, it was all tied in and linked into the general fuckery of COVID, and just thankful that that's the only fucking mental breakdown I've been doing. Pretending to be other people and making little fucking costumes for them. And a lot of time on my hands, let me tell you. I might go back to it. It was quite fun. We'll see. But for the time being, I'm not doing it. So, if anyone wants a refund because I haven't done the characters, you can go fuck yourselves. It was just advertised as me, and that was it. But, thank you for. Did anyone else aware of these characters? Barry as well. Barry Pieface, pretending to be a fat bastard. It's all very sophisticated and highbrow. Have you ever been tempted to do any character comedy?
I'm actually a Welshman.
There was already Rod Gilbert on the circuit. You needed an angle. Fuck it, I can't do that.
Fuck! I used to do this show called Pun Man. So I dressed up.
You did puns as a superhero pun.
Improvised puns. I was the UK pun champion in 2014.
That's right. There's a competition at the Leicester Comedy Festival to find out the best pun comedian.
Yeah, which is sort of like finding out the best smelling shit. Yeah, dressed up in spandex and I had a cape and I had big bushy eyebrows and I'd do an hour of improvised puns and it was horrible. Like,
it sounds fun. It can't be that bad.
Show, but like doing it was like, because if you're doing a sort of stand up that you know where you're going and stuff, it's alright, but improvised puns, fuck me, my head was like.
Was this at the same time as you were doing your stand-up, or was it something you started out doing that and then you thought?
I started out doing it and then I thought, what am I doing?
Not for me.
Looked at myself in the spandex and I was
yeah, it's still, it's still an award. Still, we won something. Yeah. Anyone else who won something?
I started doing more political stuff, and I've been so I've been dressed as Pun Man talking about Brexit.
Good to win something, though. Have you won something over there? That man with his hand up.
Yeah. Do you think with all this woke stuff that's going on at the moment that we've actually got any hope for the future?
With all this woke stuff, have we got any hope?
for the future?
For the future.
Things change.
No, we're fucked.
Well, this is going to drag this gig into a depressing place, isn't it?
No, I think Keir Starmer, Labour are getting in next year. They're definitely not going to get much worse.
I don't know. Do you think they're getting in? I think it's hung Parliament, no? Do you think it's going to be like
No, I think they'll waltz in. I think it'll be
so.
quite easy. I mean, I'm hoping so anyway. It'll be great for me.
plenty of material there? Yeah. Frightening prospect, perhaps. Anyone going to vote Labour?
Yeah.
Just for fun. It's just nice to watch the fucking world burn, isn't it? I like to think that this is just a phase we're going through, and the wheel's going to turn, culturally at least. There'll be an end to all this fucking censorship and nonsense.
The bugs.
Hope it's the what?
Eat the bugs.
Eat the book.
Eat the bugs. Well, I don't think anyone's going to go along with that. Although, you know.
I think some of the stuff that's going to end it. So ESG and EDI. So ESG is basically pushing all of it. So so much money is flowing into ESG investing, and so people have had to implement like equality, diversity, inclusion, and do all this stuff to get access to that funding and get preferential rates in that funding. So that's really been pushing it. But now people are pulling the money out of ESG, and the whole thing's starting to fall apart. Like Coutts the classic example of it actually really damaging a business, and pension funds and stuff are starting to get sued by the people because they're saying you're supposed to invest my money to get the best return, not to fucking try and fucking make Greta Thunberg happy. You know what I mean? So that once that starts crumbling and the peak's sort of over with ESG, I think it's gonna, like, you're seeing companies that go woke is really starting to hurt them now. Like Bud Light, man, they lost $27 billion off their market value. And man, they're never coming back to number one beer. Also, Wix. Wix, man, like.
Well, Wix have never had a good reputation, to be fair. I did a corporate gig for the DIY industry one Christmas where you hand out awards to the DIY industry, and I had to go around the audience and making fun of various DIY people and make jokes about B&Q, mild chuckle, home base, and a slight titter. And then the moment you mention Wix, the whole room was fucking Wix. So, but it does feel like we've hit some sort of milestone with this Coutts. This Coutts debacle, there's going to be a real climb down of that sort of thing, because it's a powerful business. But there again, they've been doing it to lower profile people for so long, and they were arrogant enough to think they were in a position to do it to someone of a higher profile, and they miscalculated. If they'd have kept doing it to people like you or I, or people in the audience, they would have been fine, and they could probably still keep doing it. But it's
And all the stuff they say is the complete opposite of what they do. They talk about diversity, inclusion, and tolerance, and man, they don't tolerate anything. You have to be within this narrow band of opinions. And inclusivity, like when I was cancelled from a venue at the Perth Fringe in Australia, they literally turned around to me and said, "This is an inclusive space, you have to leave."
Any diversity officers in? Surprised I would have thought I would have had a few of those. I don't know. But that's and of course, I had a full 40-day tour, Catherine, as I talked about in the first half a little bit, and Leo was one of the only people after that, one of the only comics to get in touch after that happened to me to say, "Oh, well, you're right, this is ridiculous," and another one was.
I was trying to find out where his gigs had been cancelled.
So you could get a look into it.
Hey, I can drive. It's,
Do you know there was a comedian who did go around doing that, and he
are
got.
you shitting me?
It was, and he did get a few of those gigs, but also he gave an interview to The Sun, I think, saying comedian takes on Andrew Lawrence's cancelled gigs, and he said, "I think it's disgusting what Andrew Lawrence posted on Twitter, and if I can do my bit, to put on a night of entertainment venue because he's let people down. Then
Who was it?
oh Christ, I can't remember it. If I could remember his
How can you
name.
not remember your number one nemesis?
Oh, trust me, there's a lot more people on the list than him. A lot fucking higher up. It'd take me a long time to get around to him. But even if I did remember, no one here would know who he is, and that's probably why I have no animosity towards him, because he's a bit fucking shit. Any more questions? Anyone got any?
How about, like all the temperature fucking graphs where they're red and they've got
Yeah, temperature graphs.
How about we have the lies that politicians done in red and green? I don't think anyone's going to run out of green ink anytime soon.
Be a good section for GB News, wouldn't it? The lies that the politicians tell, it's all outlined on. Difficult to. It might be a legal matter, though. It might be the lawyers might have a problem with it. Can we really accuse these people of telling lies? But that's terribly odd, though. You must agree that it's been. We're all burning, and it's been a brutal summer for us all. I'm surprised we haven't all caught fire at this point. It's terribly worrying. I'm so worried about the global warming and everything heating up. And good luck to the Just Stop Oil people, because quite clearly they're doing tremendous work and saving us all from oblivion.
They're another example of like one of these things that's just driven by dodgy money. So they're funded by Dale Vince, who's the owner of Ecotricity, which is a big green energy company, and he's worth over £100 million himself. So he pays Just Stop Oil to push this agenda that makes them rich. It makes it seem like people really want to change. They really want lots of subsidies for wind power, and they want gas and oil to be shut down, which makes it's basically the mafia paying a gang to go and smash up a rival restaurant. It's the same sort of technique. He pays the Labour Party as well, and under the last Labour government, he got £36 million in subsidies, or his company did. So man, when these people give out money, you might be thinking, oh, he's giving a lot of money to the Labour Party. He's getting way more back in taxpayer money.
Yeah.
It's all money, man. Just Stop Oil, they're not. Dale Vince isn't doing it to make the world a better place. Well, he might think he is, but it's also making him a lot richer.
Yeah, it's an ego thing as well. I've seen him doing interviews. It's the sort of the common ailment just blowing up to fucking massive proportions. And I'm a virtuous person. Look how good I am.
Yeah.
Look how what a decent human being I am. Please just admit that I'm just a nice guy. I'm kind. I'm being kind. Why can't other people be kind? What's wrong? Why isn't there more kindness in the world? Kindness, that'll solve everything. Just be kind.
Yeah. It worked under every communist regime, which is about sort of nationalising kindness. Perfect utopia.
Well, we've both experienced a tremendous amount of kindness from the cancel cultists and in comedy and the comedy industry in general. I feel like we should start to wrap this up because we're running out of steam. Let's be honest with ourselves. Fuck no, that's. Well, we scratched it. Fuck it. Lock the doors. We're here for another 5 hours. And I think so. I think we'll start to wrap things up, and then I'll be down in the cafe stroke bar downstairs for a little while, and the bar's still open if you want to have a drink. So stick around if you feel like it, and then go and live your lives, do what you want, be happy, enjoy yourselves, try not to be debanked, careful what you put on Twitter, don't fuck any transgenders by mistake.
Do it deliberately.
And thank you very much to Leo Kearse, thank you for coming, I'll see you downstairs.